Hello everyone, welcome to another day of Living Environment, and today we're going to be going over part 2 of the Unit 3 Nutrition Project. And in part 2 of this project, you guys are going to be illustrating the process of photosynthesis. So I'm going to take you guys right through that process, so let's go ahead and get started. So, all right, for part 2 of your project, you're going to be illustrating the process of photosynthesis occurring within the chloroplast with attention to the formula, including the products and reactants, and you're going to appropriately caption your diagram describing the process you illustrated. You want to make sure that you include a caption. A lot of the projects from the first part, from part 1, we're missing that caption, but remember your caption only needs to be about 1 sentence. You just want to describe the picture that you drew. So this is the rubric that I'm going to be grading your project on. You want to have a diagram that accurately and precisely depicts the process of photosynthesis, that shows the organelle, the chloroplast, where this process is happening. You want a caption and labels on your diagram showing the direction of the products and the reactants. You want to show the formula for photosynthesis, and hopefully your diagram is original and your work is organized and neat. So I'm going to do this video a little bit different than I did last time, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw for you guys the process of photosynthesis and what I expect to see from you in your projects. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. All right, so I'm about to illustrate for you guys the process of photosynthesis. So you can see on here, I've started by putting a title on my diagram because I'm about to be drawing for you guys the process of photosynthesis. And you hopefully remember that photosynthesis occurs within the chloroplast. So let's start by drawing a chloroplast. And you guys might remember in the video where I first started talking about photosynthesis, but I described the chloroplast as it kind of has little stacks of pancakes inside. And it helps you understand what the chloroplast does is if you think of these little green things as stacks of pancakes, because in the chloroplast, it's full of the main ingredient in pancakes, and that's sugar, because the process of photosynthesis makes organic compounds that store energy, or synthesizes organic compounds that store energy in the presence of light and carbon dioxide. So this is the chloroplast. And within the chloroplast, we know that carbon dioxide, which is exhaled by humans, and animals, combines with water, from the plant's roots, to yield, to produce, let's do a different color, glucose. And I forgot an important part. What else needs to be added in addition to the carbon dioxide and H2O is, of course, sunlight, light energy. So we'll call this light energy from the sun. Sun. And that's the photo part of photosynthesis, right? And we can put here. The water comes from plants through their roots, right? So the water is sucked up from the roots, and it yields glucose, which is an organic compound which is needed. So this is glucose, And this is an organic compound, and energy, chemical energy, is stored in the bonds. And that chemical energy came from the solar energy, and it was synthesized into this new compound, into this glucose, through the process of photosynthesis, right? And that's what the name means. Photo means light, and synthesis means to make. So in the presence of light, with the addition of carbon dioxide and water, plants or autotrophs or producers can synthesize glucose. And this, guys, is a big deal. And another byproduct of this process, in addition to the glucose, is oxygen, which is then this process. And this is where we're going to get to in part 3, which is when these two processes, photosynthesis and cellular respiration, combine into a cycle. And all of this is occurring within the chloroplast. So within the chloroplast, producers can synthesize organic compounds containing energy via the process of photosynthesis, wherein the chloroplast harnesses light energy to synthesize its own food. And you guys may recall, like, these little stacks of pancakes may make you think, not only within the chloroplast, I'm trying to zoom out on this image so you guys can see the whole thing, but not only within the chloroplast is this energy synthesized, but this is also where the energy is stored. So now let's go ahead and do the direction of the reactants and the products. So these are the reactants that go in. So carbon dioxide, water, and solar energy go in. And then glucose and oxygen come out. And ooh, I hate that. That is hideous. Let's make that prettier. So if you guys are really struggling with what to do for your image, please feel free to copy my illustration to demonstrate this process. And hopefully that helped clarify exactly what I'm asking for. My project could obviously be neater if I was making this, you know, like if I was submitting this to my teacher, I would probably draw out the glucose as a little hexagon shape, right, to show that it's a sugar. You could do some color coding. You know, as you guys saw, there were a lot of beautiful interpretations for the part 1 of your project. So please engage your creativity if you are creative. I very much look forward to seeing your creative products. But if you were just very stressed out by this project, I hope that my explanation that I just gave helped ease your anxiety a little bit and gave you an idea of what to do. And see, now I'm just decorating this image a little bit more, but yeah, there we go. And so this caption is sufficient. The labels are sufficient. I might take a few points off of myself for neatness here. But other than that, I showed the formula, and this is what I'm looking for part 2 of the Unit 3 Nutrition Synthesis project. You're demonstrating this process of photosynthesis, and this will be due on Wednesday morning at 8:30 a.m. All right, guys, have a super fantastic day. Please don't hesitate to send me a message on Remind if you have any questions. Otherwise, see you all tomorrow on Zoom. Bye, guys.